behind and we watch him score. He'll pass the ball, calm as you like. He's Virgil van Dijk. He's Virgil van Dijk. Get in. Apologies about my appalling singing. Yes, welcome to a bit of an off-the-cuff Liverpool wrap-up, guys. Sorry that I didn't schedule this, but I wasn't actually sure I was going to be able to do it. I've literally just got off the train from York. And I'm literally sorting myself out to go and do live streaming and stuff for WrestleMania, because obviously quite a few of you guys know that I cover wrestling and Liverpool, so it's been a bit of a busy week and a weekend as well. But yeah, I thought I had to come on and just at least give my take on Virgil van Dijk's beautiful header. I mean, look, it's been a shit season, guys. It's been absolutely dreadful. Let's not dress it up. It has been atrocious. That moment made it nearly all worth it. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The fact that Everton have had a goal disallowed, then they've got back into the game. Probably from what I've read and what I've watched, maybe even deserve to win the game. The fact that they've had a third choice reserve goalkeeper to take pot shots at for nearly an hour, give or take, against possibly the worst Liverpool side for 3 or 4 years, maybe, and they still couldn't beat this. Honestly, it's just hilarious. Plus, one good thing about this season, we've actually done the double over Everton, which, to quote Thanos, does put a smile on my face. I'm just going to sit down, guys. If anyone does join, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm having to get a battery pack out because, like I said, I've been to York most of the day with one of the lads. Shout out to one of my good friends who I've just been with for the last few hours. That was very, very cool. And basically, long story short, I've left myself without hardly any battery to do this, so I'm literally on the fly seeing if I can get this charging. Can I get it charging? Yes, cool. We've got a charger. Nice one. Yeah, no, like I said, I'm absolutely delighted. I'm actually filming this in Leeds, if you're wondering where I am, pretty much in the dead of night, as you do. And I'm on my way to go and see if I can find a bar in Leeds for WrestleMania. If anyone happens to be from Leeds, by the way, shout out to the local club, and well done for beating Man United, by the way. If anyone is in the Leeds area for some stupid reason, can you let me know, or can you find out, is there a bar that's showing WrestleMania on any bars in Leeds? Because that'd be useful. If not, I'm going to go home and watch it. But yes, there we go. Sosa Mario Orlando. Mario Souza. That's hello. Hello, Mario. How you doing, mate? You're all right. Hey, Mark. How you doing? How you doing, pal? Up the red. Hope you've had a good day, mate. Honestly, pal, if I was anywhere today, if I could be anywhere, I would love to be on Merseyside right at the minute in like a Liverpool bar. It would be so cool. Sadly, I'm on a bench in Millennium Place in Leeds. Sadly, but I'm still going to have a bit of a celebration. I've got a day off tomorrow. Got WrestleMania to watch tonight. It's going to be all good. I'm going to go for a cheeky Weatherspoons on the way home as well. Pick up a nice bottle of wine, get a kebab, settle down to watch WrestleMania, and of course watch the highlights of the game today. Yeah, no, it's going to be a great night. Absolutely delighted that we've at least done something good this season, because, like I said at the start of this season, let's be honest, has been a complete not shambles. But at least we've now got this memory, and like I don't think I'll ever forget the sight of all the I shouldn't laugh, but the sight of all the Evertonians literally pouring out of the ground as soon as VIRG scored. It was absolutely priceless, honestly. So, bit of context. So, guys, basically, long story short, any of you that were on my Reddit communities and seen any of my social media posts will know that I did not, in fact, see the game today. I will be completely honest. I've just, on the train, I've managed to catch like a 20-minute highlight package, read a lot of the match reports. I've seen a fair bit of it now. I'm going to watch the rest when I get home. I'm going to try and find the full match to stream for somewhere. From what I'm given to understand, and please correct me on this, I'm assuming that our first 20 minutes or half an hour was not of the finest standard. One of the lads that I know basically put something on the lines of Blue Sky saying this is the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen in my entire life, which seemed to be repeated quite a bit on social media. So I'm assuming that we didn't do that well. Obviously, O'Brien. I can never say his name. Is it Iliman Anjai? I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Scored the goal, and then it was disallowed by VAR. Obviously, thank Christ Almighty for that. So at this point, basically, just for context, I was actually going on a train to York. So as I boarded the train, basically, I found out that Everton had scored, and I was like, for sake, basically. Then, as I got onto the train, I then found out the goal had been disallowed, and I was like, what the F is going on, basically? And then about 30 seconds later, I don't know if it was all just I don't know if it was just my phone just catching up, but literally it said 30 seconds later Mo Salah had scored, and I was sort of waiting for another correction. I was like, what is going on? Basically, I didn't see the match because I ended up meeting one of the lads in York, like I said, for a few drinks. Hey, Ayaz, how you doing, Ayaz? You all right, mate? So yeah, basically, I was on the train. It got to half time and it said 1-0 to Liverpool. And I thought, well, that's not too bad. And I thought to myself, right, if we can get a second goal, then I can have a nice relaxing day out, have a chill with the boys, have a couple of beers in the sunshine in York, and everything will be all good. Except I forgot to reckon with the fact that this is Liverpool Football Club and we do not do relaxing day outs ever for anyone in every match we ever play, basically. So got out at York Station to then find out that Beto, of all bloody people, who has the accuracy of Darwin Núñez when he's been on the bender for 15 hours. Beto had scored against us, which put me in a very foul mood because I don't wish to be rude. And I try not to be rude to a lot of the footballers, but he is legitimately one of the worst football players I have ever seen in my entire life. I can accept if it was Njai, if it was Jack Grealish, or the lad from Burnley, I forget what his name is, or O'Brien or whoever else, if Everton had scored, that's fine. But Beto, I was fuming. I was just like, of all people, you cannot let that slightly rude moniker that I shouted out loud score against us. So yeah, it went to 1-1. And at this point, basically, I've got about 20 minutes to go and see the lads, and none of them are interested in football, basically. Sorry, I'm just scratching my ass. None of them are actually interested in football. So I thought to myself, right, I can't really be meeting a load of people and then frantically checking my phone every 20 minutes. So basically, for a long story short, I'm really sorry to the guys about this. I basically lied and made up some excuse that I had to stop to go and, what was it I said? I had to go and exchange a DVD or something like that I'd brought last time in York, which they all put hook, line, and sinker, so that was cool. Yeah, so sorry to the guys if you are watching. Then I got the news about Mamadashvili, and my head just went dead. Literally, I'm just like, so in the space of, I mean, this is literally in the space of the last 5 days. We have lost to Paris Saint-Germain and lost our only chance of a trophy this season. We have lost Hugo Ekitike for between 9 months and a year. We've now lost Gio Mamadashvili potentially for the rest of the season. We don't know what the extent of the injury is yet. Shout out to Gio. I hope you get better soon, mate. We now have Freddie Woodman in goal, and Everton have 40 minutes to take pot shots at the goalkeeper who's played once the entire season. So to say I was not confident would be an understatement. I was just like, this is going to be a complete disaster. We're just going to lose into Everton. And yeah. But then, like, I think Liverpool went quite close a couple of times. I'm not sure if I read this correctly. Did Everton hit the post? If anyone knows, just give us a shout out. But as I was looking at my phone, because I had to put like the radio on, because I was desperately at this point trying to go around York to find a bar. I don't know if you've tried to find a bar that shows York, that shows football at the start of York. Pretty hard. Couldn't find anywhere basically at all. So I was just like, right, I'm going to listen on the radio. And it got to like the 90th minute. I thought to myself, right, well, at least if we get a draw, that's 5 points ahead of Chelsea. They've already lost. They've got to play Brighton in midweek. They'll probably lose that as well. Not a problem. Let's just take a point and get out of Dodge. And then the referee puts up 12 minutes of extra time, and I'm just like, and I'm just like, at that point, I was just like, right, I'm going to go and see my friends. And if we concede in the last minute, tough. I'll just have to put a brave face on it, smile on my way through the whole day, and have my whole day ruined by Liverpool Football Club, as they have ruined it 17 times previously this season, because this would have been defeat number 18, I found out earlier, by the way, which is completely unacceptable, but still. And then basically, I found out that we'd scored the winning goal in one of the strangest places. I have celebrated Liverpool goals in a lot of strange places in my time. I've actually just wrote about this on my Reddit. I'm the Anfield Geek. If anyone wants to follow me on Reddit, by the way, Geek Boy Mets are on Blue Sky and Threads as well. For anyone who watches the. Oh, by the way, folks, anyone. Because obviously I didn't like schedule this at all. So if anyone misses this tonight, what I'm doing basically it'll be on YouTube podcast and YouTube audio tomorrow. And yeah, basically, I've celebrated some Liverpool goals in some wild places in my time. I've celebrated them in a nightclub. This year alone, I celebrated, funnily enough, Virgil van Dijk scoring the winner at Sunderland at a Chris Jericho Fozzy gig as Chris Jericho came out. So Chris Jericho was literally like, "Is everybody having a good time?" And I literally like saw the Virgil van Dijk score against Sunderland. And I was like, "Yes, get in there!" And Jericho looked right at me, which was quite weird. I've celebrated it in Africa, celebrated it in Spain, in a nightclub, in a barn in Scotland. Don't ask, by the way. All sorts of places. I have never once in my life celebrated Liverpool Football Club scoring a goal in a WH Smith in York. That is a new one even for me. So basically, long story short, game's nearly up. And one of my mates who's like, he is a football fan, but he's like a non-watching lapsed football fan, if you see what I mean. So he still gets texts about his team because his team's Tottenham. So I'm not surprised he's lapsed. But yeah, he looks at his phone and is like, "Oh yeah, I saw Liverpool. Everton have just equalised, haven't they?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." It's like, "Do you want me to check what the score is?" And I was like, "Please don't," because I was trying to no sell it. I thought to myself, right, let's get to a bar or a restaurant. I'll run, go and check the score, and then I'll just no sell it basically for the rest of the day. But curiosity got the better of me, and so whilst I was in this WH Smith, I opened up my phone, and the alert hadn't come on yet for VIRG's goal. And I thought to myself, it still said 1-1 because I had to look on BBC, the BBC Sport app, and it was still 1-1. And basically, I was just like, right, let me just check what the live thing is. So I clicked onto the live. You know, on BBC Sport, basically, where it's got all the main text, and then you can click on live to any game that you want to, kind of thing. I clicked on the live text, and it said Everton 1, Liverpool 1. But then all of a sudden, it changed like mid-click, and it said 2-1 to Liverpool. And it was one of those I didn't celebrate initially because I was just like, right, that's just 15 minutes extra time. Surely that must be a typo. Sure. Sorry, by the way, that's an aeroplane going over in the skies of Leeds. I do apologise. And yeah, so I didn't celebrate it initially, and I was just like, well, I mean, that can't be right, surely. But then it came up on the Liverpool feed that yes, in fact, Liverpool had scored. And then it came up on the Sky Sports app feed that also Liverpool had scored as well. And I was just like, oh. And I didn't know what to do really because I was with one of my mates in WH Smith Place. It's not exactly a place that you go around celebrating, chucking pint glasses into the air. But then the actual result came through and I was just like, you get in there, come on. So I ended up running out this WH Smith, scared this elderly couple half to death, literally. So if there was an elderly couple walking past a HMV in York City Centre this afternoon. I really do apologise for scaring you half to death. I literally just came running out, fist pumping, carrying on, going, "Fucking get in there, come on!" And they must have thought I was like a bloody criminal or something like that, basically. Oops. Sorry, nearly just dropped the phone and the charger. And yeah, that was the basic story of my afternoon not watching Liverpool Football Club. So it's not something I'd choose to do ever again because it was super stressful. Also, for those of you with mental health and anxiety issues like I have, I forgot my tablets this morning because I take tablets for general anxiety disorder, and I forgot those tablets during the Merseyside derby, which was, to say the least, very, 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 very unhelpful, which made me super nervous. I think I had a panic attack when the referee put up those 12 minutes for extra time, which certainly didn't help either. So, yeah, that was extremely unpleasant, but I'm very, very pleased that Liverpool have won. Absolutely bloody delighted. In terms of what it does for us, goated rank, and hope you get better soon. Oh, thank you, Ranked. That's very nice of you, mate. Like I said, I suffer from that all the time, mate, so don't worry about it. Just forgot my tablets. In terms of what it does for us, also as well, what was I trying to say? Also, as well, I don't know if anyone, I'm sure most people have seen this, but Arsenal lost to Manchester City this afternoon. So technically, strictly speaking, we are still actually the league champions. Mathematically, we are still actually, like, it would require the miracle of all miracles, but strictly speaking, Liverpool Football Club could still actually win the league. However, it would require, I think, Manchester United would have to lose 2 games, Villa would have to lose 2 games, Man City can only win 4 more points, maybe. In fact, no, I think they can only win 1 more point, maybe 2 more points, something along those lines. And Arsenal have to lose every single game of the season, so it's a slight long shot, to say the least, and I am being sarcastic. Look, Liverpool are not going to win the league this season, obviously, but I really hope it's not a thing of, like, we actually get quite close now, because then you'll just be like, what a waste of a season, but, you know, there we go. Let me have a look. Cyan, hello, Cyan, you all right? I like and subscribe. Can I have moderator? Cyan, one thing about me is I am absolutely hopeless with technology, Cyan, to be honest. I wouldn't even know how to make you a moderator, to be quite honest. I will see if I can. When I get home, I will ask one of my family how you can do that. I wouldn't even know how to do it, to be completely honest. But if I can work out how to do it, yes, at one point you can be one of the moderators. Just in terms of what this means for Liverpool. Sorry, guys, I'll come back to the chat in a minute. What this means for us, basically, long story short, look, I was being facetious a minute ago. Obviously, Liverpool are not going to win the league. Like, it would require a mathematical improbability. Plus, I think we have to. I think there needs to be something like a 25 goal swing between us and Arsenal, which basically requires us to batter a couple of teams about 5 or 6-0 and Arsenal to lose a couple of games 4-0. So, yes, we are not going to win the league. However, in terms of the Champions League, which is obviously the most important, obviously I would prefer to have beaten Paris, but beggars can't be choosers. And I will always pick a Merseyside derby to win in the last minute because it's so brilliant. It was nearly as good. I think my favourite last minute winner of all time against Everton has to be Sadio Mane. When all the Liverpool, I think it was December, probably about 9 years ago, and all the away end at Goodison at the time. I don't know if it's the Glasgow Street, I forget, but all the Liverpool fans at the time were singing "Merry Christmas, Everton," which was, I mean, big up the Red Scouts nation. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Honestly, we have actually, I think in my life, we've done Everton. It's got to be at least 8 or 9 times in the last minute of a football match. In fact, no, my favourite Everton last minuter would have to be Divock Origi. When Tiny Arms, Jordan Pickford basically couldn't reach it. He couldn't touch the crossbar, he couldn't touch the crossbar, he couldn't touch the crossbar. He's only got little arms. He's only got little arms. He's only got little arms. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. So, I don't think Virgis today was quite as hilariously funny as the he couldn't touch the crotch. He couldn't touch the crossbar. But the fact that we've won for the first time at their brand new ground when they were giving it the large back beating us, and also the fact that basically Everton's the name of their stadium may as well be the Willie Stadium, just because of the hilarious nature of the name of the stadium, which is beautiful, by the way. I mean, the fact it's just called the Hill Dickinson. I mean, the Everton fans, when they heard that, must have been going, "Oh my good God, we are never going to hear the end of it." I mean, literally, until they change the name of that stadium, that Liverpool fans will just be taking the piss now forever, basically. Um, obviously, yeah, Mo scored the first goal, and then Verge obviously got the winner. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. So in terms of where it leaves us, I've had a quick look at the table just before I went on. And long story short, we are now 7 points in front of Chelsea, having played the same amount with 5 games to spare. It's not game, set, and match, and it's not quite absolute fiasco if we don't qualify of biblical proportions, but it would certainly be a bit of a foul up now if Liverpool did not qualify for the Champions League. In fact, to be honest, Chelsea might actually start prioritising the FA Cup because obviously they've got Leeds in the semi. In fact, I was going to say this, guys. It actually works out quite well for us this week because we don't actually have to play Crystal Palace until when is it? Saturday afternoon. So the lads have got 6 days off to prepare because obviously we're not in cup competitions. So that is the one good thing with the injuries we've got at the minute. At least we can do a bit of rest and rotation. The good thing about playing Palace, by the way, is they've got their. I must confess I can't remember who they're playing, but they've got their Conference League semi-final 4 days after that. Now, if I'm Oliver Gardner, I know he's leaving. I'm playing a reserve team. Simple as that. I am literally throwing all my eggs in the basket, and I'm like, I want to win the Conference League and go out with 2 cups for Palace. Look, I'm sure a lot of Palace fans will say the same thing. Look, Palace will come and give it a good go, obviously. They have done us 3 times this season. But if you ask a Crystal Palace fan, would you rather win at Anfield or do you want to go and win another major European trophy? They're going to pick European trophies. So hopefully they might rest a few players. In terms of Chelsea, quite useful as well because they've actually got to play again on Tuesday. I just found out against Brighton. Now their FA Cup semi-final, I think, is the Sunday possibly. So it's not like it's like 2 days later. Obviously they've got a excuse me again. Obviously they've got a bit of a break coming up. But again, if I'm Chelsea at this point, you're 7 points behind Liverpool. Plus they've got to come to our place. They've got a shit ton of injuries as well. If I'm Liam Rossini and I know basically I'm getting sacked, do I want to try and win a trophy or do I want to try and vainly qualify for the Champions League? I'm probably going to pick winning a trophy because, to be fair to Rossini, if he can win a trophy, even if Chelsea get rid of him, he's going to get a load of offers this summer from people, and people will just be like, "Well, this guy's been a good coach at Derby. He's won an FA Cup at I don't know, Chelsea, and maybe he might get another Premier League job. I don't know what Liam Rossini is thinking, obviously, but yeah." Like I said, this week does work out really well for Liverpool. In terms of Champions League qualification, we now have, like I said, a 7 point lead over Chelsea, Brentford, and Bournemouth. And to be quite frank, the one that we need to watch is Bournemouth. I'm actually, because, like I said, I suffer from anxiety and panic attacks and GAD. I am going to go and have to check Bournemouth's fixtures this evening because there is a little part of me that's slightly worried about the form that they're in. Look, I mean, Liverpool should not be losing 5th place now when they've got a 7 point advantage. And the good thing, we nearly had a perfect weekend as well because obviously Chelsea lost. We've beaten Everton, who would have gone 2 points behind us. Now we're, what, 7 or 8, 9 in front of the Ev. Brentford drew. Bournemouth did win, which wasn't helpful, and Brighton drew against Tottenham, so that's put us further away from Brighton as well. The only one that didn't go for us, I mean, obviously United won, but they won against Chelsea. So, I mean, look, obviously I don't want Man United to win a game of football, but if they have to win a game of football, I suppose I would pick the one where Liverpool can profit from it. Um, in terms of the guys above us, it was nearly a perfect weekend because Aston Villa were obviously 3-1 up. They conceded two in like 58 seconds or something, and Sunderland at that point have got a draw. And then I think it was Tammy Abraham who got the winner, sadly. So that's put Villa. I think Villa are 3 points in front of us now. I think United are 4 or 5, something like that. So look, I think it's got to the stage where it's unlikely we're going to catch Man United. I still think, look, as long as Liverpool qualify for the Champions League, look, if we finish third or fifth, it doesn't really matter. As long as they qualify at this stage, it doesn't matter. Just Reds, get over the line and get this done as quickly as possible. But if we can catch United or Villa, I think, from what I understand, Villa are about 3 points in front of us. Plus, to be fair, we actually do have to play Villa. So, I mean, theoretically, if Chelsea lost to Brighton and then we beat Palace, if my maths is correct, which it possibly isn't, if it is though, that would be a 10-point lead with 4 games to go, plus Chelsea would still have to come to our place. I mean, you are talking that would be a monumental fuck up at that point. I mean, it just wouldn't happen. We would concede a 10-point lead, one would hope, but plus Chelsea have got like a shit ton of hard games to come as well themselves. So yeah, it is looking good. I think if Chelsea lose to Brighton or drop points at Brighton or either way, I think I'll sleep a lot easier. And then if we can just get this done at Palace, then to be honest, guys, we might actually end up with quite I wouldn't say relaxing end of the season because I think we wanted a stressful end because obviously we wanted to be going for cups and all sorts. But if we can't win cups, look, I would rather be able to chill the F out for the last four games of the season. And then, look, if we lose at Man United, obviously I'm not going to be pleased like any other Liverpool fan. In fact, I'll be absolutely livid beyond words because we shouldn't be. Man United, with the squad we have, I still maintain, should not be anywhere near Liverpool. Nowhere near. Nowhere near us. Oh, is that my battery charger out? Right, that's the first battery charger gone, which is not helpful. So I will have to find a plug in a pub, which means I have to go to the pub, unfortunately. Oh, well, never mind. Yeah, like I said, guys, I am going to start walking you towards Leeds City Centre. If you're wondering where the hell I am, by the way, I'm actually in Leeds City Centre. I'm going to go and try and see if I can find a bar in Leeds that's showing WrestleMania tonight. If not, just to say to you guys that subscribe, I will be watching it at home. Also, can I just those of you who haven't got a clue what I'm on about, by the way, who are just Liverpool fans, basically I also cover pro wrestling, so I cover WWE, and obviously it's WrestleMania at the minute. I'll be completely honest, I was meant to do a live stream last night. However, all those ailments that I tell you about, your boy also suffers from sleep apnea. And it strikes at very, very inconvenient moments and leaves me absolutely exhausted. And long story short, I fell asleep before my live stream started at 3:30 this morning. So if anyone was waiting up for it, I'm really, really sorry. What I'm going to do, I've still scheduled tonight's WrestleMania live reaction for this morning. I'll see how I'm getting on. I'm going to fire myself up with a shit ton of coffee, have a few Red Bulls and a few brandies, which is probably not the best of ideas. And try and still do the live stream. If not, I'm just gonna reset it and I'll do it like sort of tomorrow morning, like maybe afternoon or something. So yeah, there will be WrestleMania coverage of night 2. I know some of you cross over. Just very quickly, I know this isn't a wrestling stream, but night 1 was arse. If anyone's got any more opinions about WrestleMania, you're more than welcome to disagree with me. That's fine, but I thought it was absolutely dreadful, to be completely honest. I'll probably do a full video about WrestleMania 1 as well. WrestleMania 1? WrestleMania Night 1 either, but generally, I don't want to like shit all over the product, but I thought it was absolute, utter and complete garbage, to be honest. But going back to the Reds, so yeah, basically, if we can beat Palace, and I mean, now I've said all this, you watch Chelsea go and beat Brighton and we'll lose to Palace. Now I've said this, but if the results go for us, we could basically then just have 4 games left. And I'm not saying we can piss about and not putting any effort in, but like we can concentrate on celebrating Mo, concentrate on like singing for Andy Robbo, because obviously they're both going. And we can just go out and try and play football because the lads will be under no pressure. They will. That's the thing we're playing for now, guys. Just get it done basically this weekend. Um, get it done. And then it's done. You don't have to think about it. And then for the last 4 games, you can go toe to toe with Man United. And if you lose to Man United, I mean, look, obviously you don't want to lose to Man United any time, but if they've qualified and we've qualified, which we should both have done by that point, the game doesn't actually even matter at that point. So we can just go to Old Trafford and just fly at them and see if we can beat them, and if not, we can't. And then you can go to Villa under no pressure whatsoever. And just try and beat the Villa. Same thing with Brentford. Trying to think who else will play. Chelsea. I mean, if Chelsea are out of it by that point, if Liverpool are out of it, I mean, I could see that being an absolute chaotic match because neither team can defend, and you could see it being a 6-5 or maybe even a 6-7. Yes, even I say it. So yeah, that's what we're playing for now. Hopefully, like I said, Liverpool, if you are listening, if you could just beat Crystal Palace, Brighton, if you're listening, please could you just beat Chelsea this midweek? And also, seeing as I'm in Leeds, if Leeds United could also beat Chelsea in the FA Cup, that would be truly hilarious. And if you could beat Man City in the FA Cup final, that would be also be hilarious as well. But yes, there we go. That's probably a lot to ask. Wow. That's a horrible thing. Sorry, guys, I'm just removing someone. I'm not sure what that was all about, to be completely honest. Someone's just said they hate me, which is a bit strange. Well, why the F are you on my channel, dweeb? Yeah, I don't know why people do that. Anyway, right, guys, I'm going to start walking back into Leeds City Centre. If you wonder where I am, like I said, I'm in a lovely place called Millennium Place, which is just on the outskirts of Leeds City Centre. So I'll take you back through now. Also, if anyone does watch, there is a hilariously named building that I'm going to put on at the minute, which is quite appropriate for who we've beaten today. Let's just put it that way. Just trying to think what else while I'm on. Thank you for everyone who has watched all the WrestleMania coverage so far. Thank you, by the way, to Reddit community. I think I've had about 20 odd subscribers in the last 2 days, because if you wonder what I'm going on about, I've got on Reddit, you've got like loads of different communities and stuff that you can actually set up like fan channels and stuff. So I've actually set up a Liverpool channel called the Anfield Geek. If anyone wants to subscribe to that, you're more than welcome to do so. I've got another one called Geeks of Wrestling, I think it's called. And then I think it's Comic Cons and UK Toy Hunts, something along them lines. Anyway, I think last night during WrestleMania alone, I think I had about 15 people subscribe to me. So if you subscribe to this channel and subscribe to Reddit as well, shout out to you. Thanks everyone who watched the shorts last night. Little confession, I may have had a couple of drinks whilst I was doing the shorts, so I can more or less remember doing them. I can't completely remember doing them, so I do apologise. By the way, if YouTube is listening, just ignore that I just said that. No, it was a good night, put it that way. I'm just going to try and find you the stadium, guys. So those of you who listen to this on podcast, basically what I'm doing now on Millennium Place, in fact, I'll put that Millennium Place that you can see. There is a very hilariously named building, or at least there used to be, around here, which is quite appropriate. Is it still here? Oh, I think they've moved it now. Oh no, that's rubbish. Now, basically here, guys, just over in this area, if you are watching, obviously I can't be pointing the camera for ages, but just over there. Oh, that's it. Yeah, hang on. I can see it now. Right, check this out. I don't know if you can see that, but that building there, it's the Hill Dickinson. Lol. I thought I've got to come here basically and just shoot that on the day that we beat Everton. I know that's really childish, but I just thought it was hilarious, to be completely honest. Right, let's start taking you back into lead. Right, whilst I'm waffling on, like I said, if anyone does want to join, apart from that complete weirdo who said I hate you, which is go and see a doctor, like I did. Whilst I'm on, guys, I will tell you about what's coming up in the next couple of weeks. Now, obviously, subscribers will know that I've been off from the place that I no longer wish to be associated with anymore. Very quick story. I'm actually going back to the place that I no longer wish to be at on Wednesday. The reason I'm telling you that is I've had my mental health issues, a lot of which have been caused by not directly, and obviously I can't completely make comments on this for obvious reasons, but a lot of them have been caused directly or indirectly by the place that I no longer wish to be associated with. And I've pretty much made a decision. I'm going to be going full time as like a trader, like an eBay trader. By the way, this isn't like a sales plug or anything. This is something I do separately. Obviously, I'm not promoting it on the channel, but yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing basically because I do not wish to basically participate at that place anymore. Long story short, basically, I've got 2 more days of my holiday left. I've got to do some serious work. Like I said, I've been getting the. I'm sure some of you have seen the video I did in my third room a while ago, but basically that's now converted into an office. This is walking through Leeds, by the way, so we're getting close to the city centre now. If you're wondering where we are, I'm going to go and pick up some alcohol as well. If I can find a bar for WrestleMania and somewhere to charge my phone, otherwise I won't be covering any WrestleMania. But yeah, basically I've spent a couple of weeks doing some cool stuff, doing live streams with you guys. Been converting our third bedroom into an office, more or less. So we've got like files now, pens, paper, address label type stuff, stickers, brown tape, blah 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 blah. I've got about 20 boxes of stuff for eBay that's all been costed up, all been put together. So yeah, basically, it's a bit scary, but we're ready to go. I don't think this will be happening straight away, but let me put it this way: there is something that may happen on Wednesday that may hasten the decision. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, for those of you listening on podcast and wondering what is going on with all those cars, I'm currently walking past Millennium Place, about to walk into Leeds City Centre now, and there's loads of cars making lots of noise, which is not helpful. Yeah, while I'm talking, just to make you guys aware. So yeah, the reason I bring the work thing up. Oh, I said work. Did I say work? I mean thing that sounds like work that obviously isn't work. Yeah. Basically, well, that's a nice building. There's the Tesco where I get a lot of my whiskey when I do buy whiskey. Used to be called Toast, I think. I don't know if it's still called that now. Yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So that's it. What I'm doing for the next week. So yeah, basically Wednesday, I'm not sure what's going to crack off. So some of the streams may need to change, basically. But if nothing cracks off and it's a normal week, I'll be doing. If I don't do WrestleMania tonight, I'll be doing a live stream of it sort of tomorrow morning, tomorrow early afternoon. So I was just literally making sure I was safe then. The Monday Night Raw reaction actually could be on Monday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon even, because I'm actually off work that day. Oh. In fact, I'm going to stop for a minute. Yeah, if you wonder where this is, like I said, this is Leeds City Centre. It's going to be a bit quiet at this time of night, hopefully. Some shady business up there. So the Monday Night Raw reaction, guys, might be on Tuesday afternoon, because I can actually do it in the middle of the day because I'm off. So there might not be anything on Wednesday. Obviously, there's no Liverpool stuff because we're not playing till Saturday afternoon. There'll be an AEW Dynamite reaction on Thursdays. That's usually at 10:30. Like I said, that one shouldn't be altered. I should still be able to do that. Next one will be Liverpool versus Palace live reaction. That will be at what time is it? 3:00 kickoff. Probably be on about 6:00 at night. I would have thought something on them lines. I should now be able to start going back to Friday night reaction for SmackDown, which I usually do on a Saturday night about 11:00. So that'll be 11:00 on the Saturday night. So I'm just making sure I can walk across the road here, by the way. Yeah, so if you're wondering, guys, this is where the big city hotels are in Leeds at the minute. So we're just getting close to the city centre. So I shall be leaving you shortly because I need to go and get some vino and also hunt for a WrestleMania bar if I can find one. And I think that's it for this week. Oh, just to let you guys know, sorry, I'll just put myself back on that. Just to let you guys know, during the summer, so like me, many of you will hate the summer. Not hate the summer, but hate it in terms of there being no actual football. And I don't mean international football, I mean real, proper football, which obviously we don't get during the summer. And I hate it. Obviously, look, I can always do with a break from Liverpool for like a couple of weeks is fine. 12 weeks is rubbish. So what I'm going to do over the summer is, so I'm just making sure that I don't get the wrong answer. Let me have a look. No, haven't been run over. Good. Right. So what I'm going to do during the summer, basically, is I'm going to do something called the Liverpool Friday night wrap up. I've already bookmarked a load of them on my live schedules. If you just go on the page, it's Geek Boy Meta 7381. And if you just go on my upcoming lives, basically, I planned out most of the rest of the year. So I've planned out, I think it's 60 odd live streams or something like that. I haven't given much thought to how I'm going to do all this just yet. Right, I'm going to find somewhere to stop, guys, and just finish this off. Just getting into town now. There we go. We've got Leeds train station over there. Like I said, if you ever want like a chill night out in Leeds, actually, if you could ever get a day off, Sunday's quite a good day. It's like not as nowhere near as chaotic as the Saturday night. It's just more of a chilled vibe. It will not be chill next week, by the way, because Leeds are playing Chelsea. if you're a non-football fan living in Leeds, having seen Leeds and Chelsea before, I would encourage everyone not affiliated with Leeds United Football Club to not go into town next weekend. In saying that, I am actually going to go and watch it as well myself. But right, okay. Oh, right, finally here. That, by the way, if anyone's watching, you see that bar just over there? Sneakily, I know I shouldn't really be saying this, but there is a certain angle. There you go. It's an O'Neill's, I think. There's a rather unfortunately placed angle of that bar where if one was so inclined, can actually watch Premier League football if one was to be so inclined. Indeed, just here, just there, I have actually seen a couple of fellas in deck chairs before. Just deck chairs, which has been very, very. Sorry, I'm just having to move away from someone at the minute. Let me put myself back on. Yeah, no, guys, what I was saying basically was over the summer, because, one, it helps me with my live streams, but I'm going to start doing something over the summer while Liverpool aren't playing called the Liverpool Friday night wrap up. And basically, it's just going to be like a sort of Friday early evening show about 6 o'clock, because obviously it'll be good weather, hopefully, fingers crossed. So I'm going to take you out in different areas in Leeds in the summer, so Kirkstall, Roundhay, places like that, and just do like an outdoor sort of live stream, just covering anything that's happened with Liverpool over the week, so transfers, people we've been linked with, what the lads are doing in the World Cup, injuries, squad news, blah, 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 and just anyone who wants to talk about Liverpool, because it's partly for my channel and also partly for me, because like, I could definitely do with the break from Liverpool now. Don't get me wrong. I will be quite happy when the season is finished. We've got a Champions League place, and we can just all go off for a couple of weeks, get some beers, get some sun, and go. Thank God that's over. But I can guarantee within 2 weeks I'll be missing it like hell. So basically, that Friday night thing, it's a bit selfish, but it's actually for me, just so I can hear myself talk about the Reds, because like I said, I just do end up missing them, and I end up missing the routine of getting up for the match and this, that, and the other, and watching my team play. So yeah, basically from, I think it's Friday, May the 29th. So this is in what, 5 weeks? Something along those last 5 weeks. I forget what it is now, but in about 5.5 weeks. On the channel, there's basically going to be a Liverpool wrap up. In fact, guys, I'll tell you what, I will take you to the bar that I'm going to. You can't come in, obviously. But yeah, there's going to be a Liverpool wrap up every Friday from May the 29th until August the 5th or something along them lines that I've committed to. So I think there's about 11 or 12 that I'm going to do. If it's successful, I might just carry on doing it as like a preview show going forward, because obviously I do cover wrestling quite a bit, but I think going forward, it's probably going to be a lot more Liverpool based, this, to be completely honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you've been on my channel before, so you know I cover Comic Cons, do loads of stuff with Toy Hunt. A lot of my subscribers are actually from people who subscribe from like cool toy shorts that I put on. Oh, nearly got run over then. Horror, footy stadium tours, all that business. So yeah, there's quite a bit that I cover, but I think probably going forward, it's probably going to be more specialised towards Liverpool Football Club, well, Liverpool and wrestling. In fact, one of the ideas one of my subscribers had, which I might nick off them, shout out to whoever you are, because I forgot your name. I think going forward, I'm going to get a second channel, or split the channel in half. I don't know how one gets a second channel, but I'm going to do some digging and find out how you do it. I think I might split it into Geek Boy Meta does wrestling and Geek Boy Meta does Liverpool Football Club, so that I can concentrate more on both. That doesn't mean, guys, that, by the way, anyone that's listening who will listen on podcast, that doesn't mean I'm giving up on the Comic Cons. I'll still be doing them as and when, but and I'll still do Friday night toy hunts. But yeah, it'll just be a little more focused on Liverpool going forward. Right, let's see. This is Toronto Square. I'm just going to take you to the bar that I'm going to. Because I'm a classy lad, I'm going to Wetherspoons because you can get 2 glasses of red wine there for £6.50, which is very useful. Before I go in, I'm going to go to Tesco and get a bottle of wine for WrestleMania, and then after that, I'm going to very quickly go and look for a bar to see if anyone is showing the wrestling. If not, guys, for those of you who follow me because of wrestling, I might end up missing the first match, so I'm really hoping it's not Rhea Ripley, but I have a horrible feeling it might be Rhea Ripley. That's me Tesco, by the way. So yeah, I'll probably say goodbye to you guys here now. Yeah, that's about it, guys. So just wanted to come on and say how happy I am that we have won at the Hill of Willys Stadium. It's the best named stadium of all time. It's one of the best winner football club I've ever had. It's another winner in the Merseyside derby. Arsenal Fan TV will be a hoot as well, I'm sure. Shout out to I'm really sorry your trip didn't work out for you. Now, logistically, I'm not taking the piss if it ends up watching. Sorry that you didn't get the result you wanted, but obviously Arsenal have still got a chance of winning the league. I mean, look, at the end of the day, if Arsenal win all their games, and as long as I think I'm right in saying if Arsenal win all their games, providing they stay ahead on goal difference, Man City, they can still win the league. The trouble is, Man City start clicking into gear and battering. I mean, they've got Burnley next as well. I mean, you don't want to be rude to Burnley, but their record at Man City against Man City in general is atrocious. So yeah. Anyway, guys, right. Thanks everyone for watching a little bit earlier. Sorry it was a bit of a last minute live stream. Like I said, I'm going to head off now, try and get some booze for WrestleMania. I'm going to see if there's a bar open. I'm going to go to Wetherspoons first, have a couple of glasses of red wine, celebrate the Reds, get my phone charged up. And again, for any Reds that end up watching this, I'll be back on doing live reaction for Liverpool versus Crystal Palace in 6 days. So it'll be, I think the live stream will be about 6:30, 7 o'clock on Saturday night, and I'll also be doing the Friday Night SmackDown late review as well at 11 o'clock of the same day. So yeah, I'll be on twice that day. And yeah, obviously I'll be covering every single Liverpool match before the end. So after that, it is Man United. Sadly, there will be no coverage of Man United if we lose, by the way. I do not cover us when we lose to Man United. Not on the day anyway. I might do a live stream the day after I've had my tantrum. After that, it'll be May the 9th for Chelsea, May the 17th for Aston Villa. Oh, that was the one. Just very, very quickly before I go, guys. Right. Those of you listening on the podcast, I am randomly, it's my birthday. I'm going to spend my money. Yeah. So anyway, it's my birthday on May the 16th. Happy birthday to me. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you this is because me and the fam are actually going to Liverpool, funnily enough, for a weekender, which is going to be really, really cool. The reason I'm saying this, though, specifically for Liverpool is I'm actually going to be on Merseyside for the Aston Villa match, which would be brilliant, despite the fact, unfortunately, the Aston Villa match is at Villa Park. It's not actually at Anfield. Oh, aye. It's kicking off in Leeds again. God, I love being home. Yes, the reason I'm telling you that is I'm actually going to go and see the Liverpool game in actual Liverpool. I'm not sure what bar I'm going to yet, but it might be possibly Red's Bar if we can get my mother down the stairs. Shout out to my mom. And then the other reason I'm telling you that is I'm actually staying on because I'm actually going to have a second day possibly at a hotel in Manchester. I haven't booked it as of yet. But the plan is I'm actually going to go to Anfield to do the live reaction from the Villa game that's in Birmingham, which is a bit weird. But I think it could work. I think it might be quite amusing. So yeah, I'll be doing the post-match Aston Villa match reaction from Anfield, which will be cool. And then obviously that leaves Brentford. Now that one I'm not too sure about because Me and the lads usually have a last day of the season tradition, and just going around the quiet corner there. The tradition is basically we all go out and get hammered after the last game of the season and take 2 days off afterwards to recover. So, boys, if you're watching, we need to get that sorted ASAP. So the live reaction for Liverpool-Brentford may have to be the next day, I think. In fact, it could be the day after that. Also, I'm going to do a season review for Liverpool as well, possibly on the Tuesday, I think. It's not going to be the best live stream that of all time because it's not been a great season, but obviously we've had VIRG's winners today, so at least we now have something. And yeah, that's everything that's coming up. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you have a fantastic Saturday. Hope you have a fantastic WrestleMania Sunday if you're watching WrestleMania. If not, have a great week at work. I know I'm not going to next week. Yeah, I'll see you. I'll see you. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, and that's it basically, guys. So I will be back on tomorrow, either very early tomorrow morning, as in the next 5 hours, or I will be back on sort of tomorrow afternoon for a wrap of WrestleMania, which is what I'm going to go and see now. So have a great Sunday, and I'll see you all soon. Up the effing red. Thank you, Virgil van Dijk. You are a star. Cheers.